After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 446. Today is Saturday, March 20th, 2021, as we are recording. I am Marlecia, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
And I think we should wish everybody the first day of spring today. I think it's the first day of spring.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 21st or something.
Usually the dates run between the 19th and the 21st.
Oh, and today's the 20th.
Today's the 20th, so yeah, I think it is. Davina said it was the spring equinox or the whatever it's called. So anyway, if it is happy spring, if it isn't, happy spring anyway. Okay. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. If you are new, we're glad you found us. We hope you find something you enjoy and that you will return. If you are returning, we're always glad to have you back with us. If you are new or returning and in the shadows, please feel free to subscribe. That's the little subscribe button on your right, and ding the little bell there so that you can get notifications. And if you would like to be involved with the alongs and the camaraderie and all that kind of stuff, please feel free to join our home group. That's phnpodcast.freeforums.net. That's phnpodcast.freeforums.net, and that's in the little description box below the video. We'd love to have you there. We just want to let you in, make sure that you're a real person, okay? Yes. And before we go into our tea or anything else, you want to go into tea first, or?
Yeah, but I need you to look up my tea.
Oh, I didn't do that. Okay, I can't do that right now.
Well, here, let me do it on my phone then.
Okay.
So, do you mind, I know I have more products, but do you mind doing your tea first, because I actually have to look up mine.
Okay. In my Memento Mori mug, because it is still Lent for another couple of weeks, I have Vine and Leaf. That's our local tea shop. I want to say yarn shop. And this is one that they don't make anymore, which makes me really sad. It's called Chocolate Monkey. And I put about a little less than half a teaspoon of dairy-free chocolate chips in here, little mini chocolate chips.
And I am...
This is absolutely amazing. I'm going to miss it when it's gone. They have a really good one called Chocolate Truffles, which is good as well, but it's not the same. It really isn't.
I think I found the one I'm looking for. Okay, so I had because Mama gave me a bag of this tea from Plum Deluxe, but we couldn't get it open. And I had some leftover, just a very little leftover of this cacao tea. Mm-hmm. And it's not even really tea. I don't know why they call it tea. It was like just cacao shells or something. Mm-hmm. Wasn't particularly tasty. Mm-hmm. I had gotten rid of what little bit I had left, and I put the tea that I'm about to tell you about in here. The label I stuck on here fell off. The only one that stayed on was the Plum Deluxe I put on the top. So what this is called is Lucky Irish Breakfast Black Tea, and it's vanilla. You can really smell the vanilla. Mm-hmm. Almond and chocolate. Mm-hmm.
Which I thought I would like. I got it for myself with the idea that if I didn't like it because it was too strong a black tea, I would give it to Talia. Which is what happened.
It's a limited edition, only available in March. So it's got black tea, honeybush tea, cocoa nibs, vanilla/almond/chocolate essences, love and gratitude. So they must have let them do the love and gratitude again, because this is new tea. On the site, I forgot that they do a scale for the caffeine level. So from a scale of 1 to 4 for caffeine, it's a 4. Mm-hmm. And it says it's great with milk. And I would imagine it would be really good with milk.
And I might have to taste it with milk.
Yeah.
Because it's too strong without milk, which is why I gave it to Talia, because I knew she would drink it regardless.
Yeah, and I steeped it a little bit less this time and put a little bit of chocolate in it. So, let me stir it.
And as I say with Andy's teas, I just don't like a strong black tea very much.
Yeah, she's come to determine that that's not really her thing.
I consoled myself with the Plum Deluxe buttery shortbread yesterday when I had it.
Which is also a good tea.
Yes, excellent. I love Plum Deluxe.
Steeping slightly less really works, because also I lost track of the time when I was steeping it last time, so I think I oversteeped it.
And I did too. When I put it in, I forgot to put the timer on. So that might also have contributed to the fact
Do you want to try it now that it's steeped in less time?
Do you want to have some of this?
No, I don't like that. It has banana in it.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
Oh, you put some chocolate chips in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's still got that little aftertaste, but it's much better. I think if I were to put almond milk or vanilla almond milk in this, I would like it.
Well, even just normal almond milk, because it already has almond taste in there, and vanilla taste. Vanilla milk would be amazing, but we don't have
So
it.
I would be able to drink that most definitely with milk.
I wish they would sell little vanilla almond milks, so you could just use it kind of like a creamer.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay, so that's the tea, but before we get into the podcast itself, my husband, we've been meaning to show you this for like 3 weeks, and I didn't want to have the painting off the wall and get damaged when we had stuff all over the place, and then I forgot to ask him to get it off the wall because I didn't want to take it off the wall and maybe damage it, because I do things like that. So he did this painting. We were due for a portrait, my husband and I, so he painted this.
I really like this.
So I really like it. It's his first portrait that he's done since he shaved the beard.
Is it sad that I still miss the beard?
I do miss the beard.
Okay.
But there it is, and he looks really good in that picture.
Yes,
And
he does.
he
Even
did
if he doesn't have the beard.
Yeah, I want him to grow the beard back, but he says no.
I think it looked distinguished.
Yes. But anyway, so he did this. Really happy with it. It's going to go back up on the wall. But right now I'm going to get up and put it in the living room so that it doesn't get damaged by all the bags. Okay, so I'll be back in a few minutes.
And the necklace Mom is wearing in that painting is an owl necklace Davina made for her. I think she has to fix it for her. Because I don't think it was a double-stranded one. So it broke while Dad was, painting it. So... Yeah, it's probably the safest place I would think, just because then it won't fall off.
Yeah, the necklace did break while my husband was working with it, and Davina's having a hard time getting one of the beads to fit over the replacement wire. So
oh, is that what's happening?
Yeah, I asked her this morning where my necklace was. So, okay. So, moving on.
You're stressing her out.
Stressing her out. Tissue. Okay.
I like where the tissues are a lot better now. We can actually reach them from the couch. Speaking of which, can I have one too, please?
Okay, now, regarding the prizes that we pulled for a couple weeks ago, the one, Sensiday, I sent yours out a couple days ago. I still haven't heard from I Know Who You Are. So please let me know that you won the Rub-a-Dub white super chunky yarn donated by Margaret for Fiber Hermit for the Out with the Old, so I can send that to you. You have 2 more weeks to let me know that you want to claim your prize. Okay? I'd hate for you to miss out on it. Okay? So if somebody knows I Know Who You Are, you might want to give her a nudge. Okay?
Also, before we go on, I forgot to mention that I am eating Sweet Amsterdam lemon bar stroopwafel, and I need to order more. When I do order more, I also need to get the spiced one, the only one we haven't tried yet.
Right. And this is really good.
It is really good. Did you want me, when I order again, do you want me to order some lemon ones for you too?
Let me see if I have space in my box.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's go.
You're almost done with your banana ones, aren't you?
No, because I haven't been having them.
Oh, that's right, because you like the other ones better.
No. I haven't been having them as much because of Lent.
That's true.
Okay. Now, let's move into the alongs. The Comfort Along, which is Wombat of Doom, who is Patty, and B-Wing. This is the first annual, because they'll probably do it every year, Comfort Along, all right? And the main purpose for this is to make specific items for donation to Comforting Crafts. And it runs March 1st, 2021 through midnight June 30th of 2021 Eastern Standard Time. No previous whips are allowed, so whatever you've got in there has to be started no earlier than March 1st. Items eligible for the Comfort Along can be knitted, crocheted, or loom knit. And specific items that they need are dishcloths, washcloths, and hats. Hat sizes can be from young child through adult, and there is a greater need for boys' colors or gender neutral, so please keep that in mind.
I guess because everyone likes working in the girl colors, because they're fun.
They're fun, yeah. Patterns like the Fits the Whole Fam hat by Cozy Up Knits are really perfect. So because they're stretching and they could be multiple sizes. Okay. Chatter and pictures are in the same thread. 1 whip per project per week. The FO whenever it's finished. And if you are in the Comforting Crafts Facebook group, please feel free to post your pictures there as well. The prizes will be randomly generated through PHN's normal method from the Comfort Along thread. And so far we have 2 skeins of Dishy yarn, dishcloth pattern booklets, and handmade greeting cards by B-Wing. More prizes may be added, so stay tuned for the updates. As I said, I may have something, or Talia may have something. We may have something that we update, that we give together or separately. For this, we have to get in touch with Patty to find out, or with B-Wing to see what they have and what they need. Mm-hmm. The hashtag for Instagram will be hashtag PHN Comfort Along 2021, and you contact Brittany for mailing address for completed items. Before I go, someone asked when the tortoise versus hare starts. I believe it starts April 1st.
Yeah, because it starts, excuse me, with autism awareness.
Okay, then it is April 1st.
Let me think. No, not autism awareness. Autism awareness,
Autism awareness is in April. So
Okay,
does it go with cardiac?
It goes with cardiac. It's too early for...
So if it goes with cardiac...
Because Laura always does autism awareness with us, and she doesn't have 2 alongs at one time.
Okay, so I was mistaken. When I answered in the thread, I did say I wasn't sure. It's not April, it's July 1st.
I wonder if Laura's forgotten too.
I don't know. It's July 1st, because it goes with the cardiac dysautonomia.
Yeah, because autism actually does run partial... It runs during... Autism Awareness Month. That's its first month, and
April,
then it's 2 months after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Laura doesn't do 2 alongs with us at one time.
No, she does one after another. She does one with us, and then we do one with her.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. The answer that I gave, the response I gave in the last episode thread, is incorrect. It is not April. It is July. April, May, July 1st.
Was it Fonzie who said I was
I was Okay. Okay, so now the PHN Christmas All Year Long Cal Lao 2021. That started January 1st, so we're almost finished with the first quarter already. Wow. Okay, it runs through December 31st, 2021. So if it's January 1st of 2022, it's too late to put that in unless the thread is still open. Okay? Projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Previous whips are allowed but must be worked on during the long. That's a long time to work on it, so you have plenty of time. Chatter and pictures will be in the same thread. 1 whip per project per week. The FO whenever it's completed. And we do have prizes for this, and they will be given out quarterly, as we have been doing since we started the year-longs, okay? The hashtag is hashtag PHN Christmas All Year 2021 on Instagram. If an FO uses 50 yards or less, please post with another FO of 50 yards or more, okay? Operation Christmas Child or any projects going toward Christmas donations are eligible for 2 chance at prizes for the FO. Projects that are made predominantly in the Christmas colors of shades of red, blue, green, silver, gold, purple, pink, along with white, will be eligible for 2 chances of the prize. And when I say along with white, I don't mean it has to have white with something else. I mean white is a color. It can be entirely white, or it can be white with something else. And that's for the FO only. Also, I think we said, let's see. Okay, I thought I had something else, but I guess that's... Was Operation Christmas Child the only one that we had for charity? Or was the pregnancy center involved with that as well? We said.
Oh heavens, we usually do.
Yeah, usually when we say donations, if they're for Christmas for purposes, that's what it was. If it's given as a Christmas gift or in Christmas colors, not only Operation Christmas Child then, but the pregnancy center, Front Royal Pregnancy Center, Evans Home, and that one done by I cannot think of her name.
Oh, Kim?
I don't know. I can't remember, but it's
she does the preemie stuff.
She does the preemie stuff, and she does, and that also it also has. It's not just preemie stuff. That's primarily what we've been focusing on.
Yeah.
Now her stuff is in our charity along thread, so you can just check that out.
Well, we got rid of the charity long thread when the charity long ended, right?
I don't remember.
Because we had to get rid of all the old threads.
Let me see. I might have it here in my notes.
Because PHN Home gets really...
Okay, Evans Home Front Row Pregnancy Center, Comforting Crafts, the Amelia Project, and it's VT Kimmy Kim.
Oh, good. I remember the name right.
Okay, so those are all, charity oriented. If they're in Christmas colors or for Christmas gifts type of thing, that's eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the FO only. And we did say that people who don't celebrate Christmas have those extra ways. You have the Christmas colors and giving something. So, okay.
I know one lady did Hanukkah.
Yes, that's right. Excuse me. Apparently, I wanted to breathe in my tea.
Always an interesting thing.
First quarter prize is a donation from Looney Hiker. Thank you, Pat, for your generous donation of her new pattern, Cassie Nicole hat. It's a colorwork hat. It's really cute.
It really is.
And 2 skeins of Cloudborn yarn. It's a cotton yarn, and it's in the taupe colorway. And that's really pretty as well. Okay? Now, the PHN Ready, Set, Go Cow Cow Lao 2021 is in full swing. We only have a couple weeks left for this. And this is the time when you start all the things. So it cannot have been started prior to January 1st of this year.
You see, I've got it in my head all of a sudden, and I have no reason why I just had kind of in my head. Swing, 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 swing. Everybody likes to swing. La-di-da, ho, ho, ho.
Are you quite finished?
Who does that?
The last time I heard it was Harry Connick Jr.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway.
But yeah, all of a sudden that came into my head when you said we're in full swing.
Anyway, this runs from the 1st of January through March 31st, 2021. No previous whips, as I said. All the normal rules apply. The featured patterns and the featured yarns are the same across the board. My one pattern, my yarn, Laura's patterns and her yarn, Laura Concert, who is crocheting Hoovian, Lollipop Girl yarns, and Talia's patterns. They are all eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the finished object only. And if you have a featured yarn and a featured pattern together, then that is eligible for 3 chances at a prize for the FO only. You are responsible, as always, for your own multiple postings. I'm doing well just to press like buttons and answer to things where I'm tagged. So
well, I know. I think I have to actually release the Oops dishcloth pattern because I think my last tester finished.
Okay, the hashtag for this is hashtag PHN Ready Set Go 2021 on Instagram. Okay, we have a lovely little bag, a project bag with clear sides by Whimsy Stitches for one prize winner, and 2 skeins of Caron Simply Soft yarn. One is light green and one is darker green. Both of these were donated by Fiber Hermit. That's Margaret. Thank you very much for your generosity. Okay, so I feel like I've had a marathon talking. It's time to begin with the projects.
And since I have more than you, you had 8, correct?
Yes.
I think I have 11. Let me take a quick peek at my notes. And actually, let me just do... I never like to stop on the end of a row because then I'm never sure if I counted it when I crossed off. So I usually like to be a couple stitches in.
Yeah.
For crochet. I don't mind as much for... Well, if I'm in the round, no matter what. And since I'm always working in the round pretty much for crochet. There we go. I don't do piece toys for crochet. Not really. Oh, I guess mine are technically pieced.
Yes, they are. They're all pieced.
But I mean, like, they're not
They're seamed.
They're seamed, but they're not like...
They are all pieced.
They're not flat.
No. But they are all pieced.
They are all pieced.
Just that it means something different in knitting.
Yes, it does.
Although I guess they probably do have...
Well, Kay does hers in the round, and then they're sewn together.
They're seamed.
They're seamed, but they're not like knittables where it's all done flat.
Which is
or Mary
pieced.
Jane's Tea Room, and then you...
Or Jen Hagen, who does her sweaters that way. Some of her sweaters
Right,
that way.
well, I was referencing toys since we were saying toys. But people like Kay do. Wow. Do them in the round. Also,
I made you say underwear.
well, there's that really cute bunny pattern. The one lady who I like all her bunny patterns. And she does them in the round. And then has you sew them together. But anyway. Okay, yes, I do have 11 projects. And we're starting with... Actually, let me do the designs first. Because I didn't do quite as many designs. I basically worked on 2 designs all week. But I was working on them a fair amount, particularly one. So in my Silver Shed USA, and I'll just do the 2 designs now and then we can go on. Because then that should bring me close to being even with you. This is my Silver Shed USA Peanuts Christmas bag is, as per usual, Christmas stocking design. I'm probably about close to halfway through the leg.
She knocked my owl bag over.
Oh, no, I thought it was already on the ground.
I just saw it fall.
Oh. Oops, it's a bunny.
Indeed. Stephanie. Oops, is a bunny.
Yes. And for newer people, we used to, I think Valeria was the one who founded the game.
Yes, I think she was. And I miss Valeria.
Yes. I'm sure she's just super busy. She's always is.
Especially now, it's spring.
Yeah. So, in my Silver Shed USA knit sayings bag and such, we'll do this one. Know your cuts of lamb. Hat, sweater, scarf, belt, mittens, poncho. There are your cuts of lamb.
Poor little lamb.
So this is a design. This got a lot of work on it. I just need to finish this thing. I'm very close.
Do I know what that is? Oh, right. Okay.
So very close.
Okay. We're getting very close.
Yes.
That is a reference. All right. In my Mama See Words bag, you haven't seen this in a while, about 3 or 4 weeks. This is Lady Caprice from the Terra.
Yeah, you haven't seen that in a long time.
From the Terra, the sea turtle pattern. And this, I didn't get a whole lot done because I went to the doctor's office. I just had to get some blood work done. And then, I don't know if I brought it then. No, that was the week before. I brought it when I had to go and talk to the nurse practitioner about blood work. I'm fine. And I only got about 3/4 of a round done. But I got a little done. Or maybe I brought it with me when I went with Davina, I didn't have time to work on anything. They took her right in. She had to have a little exam herself. I'm closing up the shell.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Davina, just a normal checkup.
Just to make sure she can get her meds still. So yeah, this is Lady Furnicle yarn, Lady Furnicle colorway by Cappy, who is the Yarn and Us. Used to be the Yarn and I, now the Yarn and Us. This is Villainous Dragonfly Fibers.
That is Dragonfly Fibers. I really love her color up at the top.
Yes, it is beautiful. She did that based on my ball band, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
my original ball band.
I think she did.
And then this is Tangerine Speedo by Marigold Jen. And that's going to be the head and the legs and things like that. So Tara got a little work.
Yay! Okay, so next for me is, I think this is the one I'm working on now. Yes. Oh no, it's not. It is, come here. I know your bag is in here. There you are. So this has actually gotten some work on it. Mostly because it's fairly simple.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
So in my Slip Stitch Studios, this is one of my earlier bags. Because it wasn't one of their like Firefly or whatever. It just says knit things on it.
And it's a taller bag.
Mm-hmm.
I found that I don't like the real tall ones as much, unless it has...
It is good for toys, though.
Yes.
Because then there's room for growth upwards.
Well, I think it's probably good for bigger projects.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Depending on what kind of project it is. I think toys, things that are, have a lot of pieces or something.
Because what I like about for toys... Now, I don't have a toy in here. I have the Hitchhiker. But a good thing about toys is as you start piecing it together, there's height for it. Mm-hmm. But... we forgot how good the yardage is on this Marigold Jen. It's like 600 yards.
Well, it was a long skein.
She
had a long skein.
And so this is her sidewalk chalk. Mm-hmm. And I'm half tempted to just go for even a little bit longer than the 42 teeth. But that kind of feels like cheating somehow.
Why?
Because it is not a Hitchhiker anymore.
So
or the answer is 42.
Yes, but it's an extended Hitchhiker.
But I'm nowhere near the 42 teeth.
It's really pretty. She made me a pair of socks out of this.
Did I? Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess I did.
Because I wanted to make something out of it, and I just gave it to you.
But I think it was a heavier weight. I don't think it was...
I think they were DK.
Yeah. Because I don't think I made you fingering weight socks. And this is just one of those projects that sort of stays on the needle. It is a nice, like, if you just want a little bit. I know Brittany really loves these. I do love the color. There's something about a rich chocolate brown, and then it has that little pops of color throughout. So I'm glad I had this skein, and it was the only finger and weight yarn that I had that was more than enough, where I didn't have to worry about having a second skein.
Right. I'm trying to deconstruct how she did that.
Isn't it kind of a cool look, though?
It is. Very
And it's kind of addictive.
Very nice.
So, I forget, we must have been talking about it during last podcast, or talking about it during one of our Patreon things for me to pull it out again.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But... And I've actually never worn one because I've never owned one.
Brittany gave me one.
Now, yours is a heavier weight one. She didn't get all the teeth in because
Right.
she didn't have your weight for you.
That's right. Okay, my next one is in my Ploverbird Mickey Mouse bag. And it's the Surabelle scarf pattern by Sarah Sweethearts. It's a Spoiled Bunny Stomp. Because I haven't started another one since I finished the one I finished.
This tea is so much better with a little bit of chocolate, not oversteeped.
This didn't get a whole lot of work, but it got some. It's Tess yarn, and I still have quite a bit. And the thing about this scarf is that I can keep going, and I can make it a cowl. I can make it a scarf. I had, I'm so happy that people are enjoying the the Surabelle, that people I've sent it to. Makes me happy. I really wish I could get a hold of Sarah Sweethearts to let her know how many people on our podcast like it.
because, I mean, she's got this popular pattern. She has no idea that people love it that much. Yeah. It's kind of sad.
I mean, she knows I made, I was featured on her page, at least one of them. But she knew I made a whole bunch of them. And I just wish she knew how much people like it, how many I got requests for.
Right, exactly. Because it is really pretty.
It is. And it's really nice for variegated yarn that you don't know what to do with. Or yarn that kind of is poppy if you don't like a lot of pops in your stuff. Mm-hmm. It makes a real nice showing of that.
Okay, I guess it's my turn.
I guess it is.
Yeah, I was just realizing this is one of the few Miss Babs where I actually really do like the variegated.
Mm-hmm, it's pretty.
And this isn't one of her normal colorways. It's a Maryland one.
Yeah.
And actually, I guess it's Luz's turn anyway. Let me get a stitch marker. I really love, and the funny thing is, I would have never said, oh, I would really love it. These aren't my colors. Mm-mm. But it's something about the way it's striping on Luz. This is super pretty. It's LUZ for light because she's blocking the light. She's made to go on my curtain rod to block light with another bookworm because to help me with migraines and light sensitivity. Because sometimes even the light from my Apple Watch can hurt my eyes, so I put it on airplane mode so it doesn't constantly hit me in the eyes if I'm having a bad light sensitivity day.
I'm thinking about closing that thread down. We haven't had any activity in there since January.
Yeah.
So, given maybe to the end of March.
I should probably post something with her in a bit, just that way. But look at, I'm not sure if the colors show up as well, because I have to look over my glasses.
It looks good.
It's just really pretty.
It's a good color for a bookworm.
It is. And, the funny thing is, when I picked it up at Maryland, I kind of only felt, kind of, okay. I think I was thinking a turtle when I picked it up.
Well, what happened with me in Maryland a lot of times, and I stopped doing it like the last time we went, or the second to last time we went, is picking up the colorway because it was a Maryland colorway. Because I got a couple that I didn't like.
Well, if there was enough left over after this bookworm, and there probably would be, I think it would be nice for a Tara head and fins.
Or a bitty body.
The reason I say Tara is because it makes me think of water. Mm-hmm. Also, Tara is my favorite of my turtles, so I tend to play favorites.
Mm-hmm. You definitely do. I might try to make a fingering weight Tara. I'll probably shoot myself in the head.
Oh my gosh, that sounds kind of horrible.
It does.
Not because Tara's a horrible pattern, but because you hate fingering weight so much. Mm-hmm. And you'd have to go down to like a zero hook or something. Yeah. Is there such thing as a zero hook?
Well, you start going into the thread hooks, the steel hooks. I'm not sure I want to do that.
Especially with your gauge. Yeah. You'd have to.
Yeah. Probably not a good idea. Okay, let me see what's next.
And there's no sense in me doing it. People already think I'm working with fingering weight when I'm crocheting because I'm such a tight crocheter.
This one you haven't seen in a while either. It's in my Welcome Little One project. It's my Welcome Little One project from the On the Porch Blanket Knitting Pattern by 5410 Studio.
Oh, wow. That's been a very long time since you worked on
And
that.
this, yes, it's in my Knitter's Magic Large Lavender Flowers on a Dark
Are you
Field
petting
bag.
it?
It is so soft.
Oh,
I'm
and by
using-
the way, guys, Luz was in this bag.
I've been using, this is my Bare Necessities yarn that I'm using, and you can see the pattern starting to, let's see, where's the front of this?
I would think that this is the front.
I think you're right. I had a mark, yeah, there's a marker on it. So, you can see that I'm starting,
Did you attach your yarn in the front? It looks like you added a new yarn in the front.
I might have done.
I'm going to pull that to the back for you because
I'll pull it back with it.
it just, that bothers me.
Well, it's not going to stay there.
But it looks bad.
The reason it was there was because it was all garter at the time being, so I didn't know where the front was. So,
Yeah, but you could always pull it to the back now.
yeah, I can pull it back, no problem. So that's I'm just starting on the next row of the garter right now. It's a very simple pattern, and I just decided I want to work on this. So I did. Because I really do want to finish one of their patterns. I love their patterns, I just haven't finished any of them.
You're never going to finish their patterns.
I might. Never say never.
Someday. Reference?
Tomorrow is another day.
You see, I'm actually thinking,
Oh, I know,
someday I might.
I know, I got that.
Okay.
I got it. It's from the Mummy.
Okay, good. I was going to say.
I know.
I would be kind of ashamed of you otherwise.
I think I know that dialogue backward and forward.
Yeah, that's one of the movies we can almost quote. Now, Davina probably could, in reality, quote it, kind of like she did The Princess Bride.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm never losing that memory of her at a church fair or whatever. Like, she had people all gather around her, and she was literally giving a performance of The Princess Bride.
when?
I was like in high school. No, I think it was even pre-high school. We were not at the church very long, and it was some sort of like, it was in that parking lot.
I don't remember.
Yeah, and they had some sort of thing, and Davina started like deciding for whatever reason that she wanted to like run through all the dialogue of Princess Bride, and she had like a small group of people like congregated around her, and of course at that age I was, mortified.
Yeah.
She probably loved it.
Yeah. She had an audience.
Because she does have a really good memory for dialogue. So, in my Victorian Studios Birdie's bag, this is so soft. It's a quilted type thing.
Yeah.
And these are my Spicy Lady Mitts. The pattern is Lady's Favor by me. And I'm using Matosh DK in the colorway Spicewood. And I used this yarn initially in my very first biddy.
It's so pretty.
Because, I decided when I designed my very first biddy to use, I used Spicewood and I used Shire, I think, and I used one other.
I don't think it was Shire. It was too dark to be Shire.
It was, Shire I thought was one of the colors.
It might have been, but I don't think it was, because
I had two greens.
the other Shire is not look like that.
And mine is in the thing, but and the original Biddy's not here; he's in my room. But I had like 3 different Mad Toshes because, of course, that's what you do with Mad Tosh. I think that I must have horrified Heidi at the time.
Oh, we used to horrify her on a regular basis.
Well, I think the worst one was when I made a unicorn out of cashmere. It was cashmere blend, but still.
I think
it was one of her yarns too.
Yeah, I think she despaired of us because we would buy yarn
and then make toys
out of it.
So here's.
Don't toys deserve the best?
I know. And I got the reference.
Yes.
So it's growing. And I do love my Mad Tosh.
Okay, let me just finish this stitch.
I did edit this pattern, not change anything on it. I just made it so the charts were a little bit bigger. I just flipped them,
Sideways?
I flipped them sideways, and it
Did
made
you put
it...
them in a landscape view?
No, I just flipped them sideways because if you're printing it out, you just turn the paper, and if you're not, most programs will let you turn your page sideways, so you're seeing it basically a landscape view, and it makes for a bigger chart.
Right.
So, because I was working on it actively, I was like, I need to change this.
Okay, let me put this aside.
I think I might have done some formatting wise on it too, something made it look like some newer patterns.
Right.
Just because, I was already in there.
Alright, so let me put this little bag away. Excuse me, my voice is just not wanting to cooperate today. Okay. In my not my silver shed, in my Universal Studios blue bag, this is my Ninja Turtle Baby Blanket project from the Ninja Turtle Baby Blanket pattern by Lisa Vanilla. I didn't do a lot of this either, which, if I just work on this, I could probably get it done. So I haven't done a whole lot of progress, but I did some, I think mostly on the podcast last week.
Well, that's kind of like how Luz gets worked on. She gets worked on the podcast because this is the best lighting.
So, although now that you have your desk, you can probably... Okay.
But I usually want to work on other things when I'm at my desk.
Well, then you have to be honest and say that's not the reason.
Okay, so it's partially the reason.
So where is my... Must be honest. Where is my...
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for my marker. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, yeah, I think I probably did like 3/4 of a row or something. But it's coming along. It's coming along. This is all Brava Sport. And we talked last week about the fact that my gauge is so large and that this is kind of a big baby blanket. I think it's going to be more of like for a toddler bed or something. Mm-hmm. Or, maybe a throw or something like that for a kid's room.
Right.
But, yes, that's that.
Well, I mean, some sort of kid will enjoy it. Just don't put plastic eyes on it.
No, don't want to have plastic eyes? It looks so pretty.
They also look really scratchy.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. Next for me, let me go ahead and put this down. Okay, so this one actually's gotten a fair amount of work. Where are you? Ah, there you are. In my Silver Shed USA bunnies bag, and yes, it's just my bunnies. It's a bunch of oopses with their faces smushed against the bag. This is Mom's Sunday Funnies house socks. So they're the Dance All Night socks pattern. And I'm using Miss Babs Yows and the Funny Papers colorway. So the first sock I finished last week.
It's a pretty sock.
And like I said, this isn't one of my favorites of her colorways. I much prefer this one.
But I do like the way it turns out in the sock.
Yeah, it's passable. Like I said, it's not my favorite.
I think I got that with the intention of making a turtle.
I think you probably did. But, there was a period of time you grabbed this and Mad Hatter, I want to say at the same time, and they're very similar.
Mad Hatter?
Yeah, you grabbed Mad Hatter as well. I forget what you put
I know I got the one that was really pink.
That's Mad Hatter, I think.
That's not like that. It's brighter.
You're right.
There are two that are very bright like that.
Maybe it's Mad Hatter and, oh gosh, what was the name of the other one?
I forget.
But you're right, those two are very similar. But they also have the same general way they work up.
Yes, well, I think she probably has had the same dye method.
Yeah, versus this one, which stripes. Mm-hmm. And also I like her color choices better in it. I think it's not super dark, and it also doesn't, this feels tight. It feels crowded with its colors. While this feels more sedate and spaced out. Mm-hmm. This here is like, it's stressing me out, man. Stressing me out. Here's the second sock, though. And in spite of not loving this yarn, it does work up really quickly.
It's really pretty.
It is. One of these days I'm going to knit this for you in a sock yarn in a yarn I actually love.
Yeah, you didn't like the other one either.
No, I didn't.
Well, the reason I wanted that one was because you had made yourself one in that.
Yes. At least the other one was bright. Mm-hmm. This one's dark and that marled, crowded color. So one of these days I'm going to knit this in a really pretty one, and you're going to be amazed.
Be amazed. I'm waiting to be impressed.
But
yes, it is a reference,
yes.
and I'll be really amazed if people get that.
And you should be ashamed of yourselves if you do, because that means you watched that movie.
Oh, I like that movie.
It was an absurd movie.
It was, but I like it anyway. It's like I like Firewalker, and I like...
Oh, that was the one you always talk about with Chuck Norris, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I did 2 in here. Yes, I did. Okay.
It is your turn.
Just give me a second here.
Yeah, you do like some of your hokey movies, like, I don't know, Buckaroo Banzai?
Buckaroo Banzai is not hokey.
Buckaroo Banzai is weird.
It is weird. That's not hokey.
It's really odd. Of course, you also liked Max Headroom.
Yeah, but that one didn't hold up as well.
That one was weird.
It was weird. I have a very quirky taste. I like Remo Williams.
Remo Williams not quite so weird.
I just like some weird things. Our family likes some weird things. What's that one with the guy with the knitting needles?
Oh, I don't even remember what it's called.
Why did I do that? That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, let me just.
Mom and Dad Say It's World. That's good.
We like a lot of what we call quasi sleepers, and that's just kind of how we roll. Okay, now I got it.
Well, like the one that I always feel like no one ever knows about it when I talk about it is Lady Hawk.
Yeah, but Lady Hawk's not quirky.
No, it's not. But it's kind of one of those ones that slides under the radar. It's definitely of its time period with loud music.
I don't know why they chose
that choice.
It's a horrible soundtrack.
It's set in medieval times. You got this really awesome, intense plot. Young Matthew Broderick and what's
Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer
and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes. So you got a really good cast there. I'm actually really surprised it's not better known.
I think it's better known than we think it is.
I've never actually talked to someone who's known what I'm talking about. And no one's ever been like interested in, like, when I would want to watch at college, no one's particularly interested.
It's a good movie. I just don't like the soundtrack. It kind of there was another movie that came out, I want to say, like, between 2000 and 2010. It was like A Knight's Tale.
Oh, yeah, but they did that on purpose. Yeah, it was like they were doing that, but like on purpose.
Yeah.
They did like hard rock or something.
Yeah, they had hard rock, and that's what they did with Lady Hawk as well.
But Lady Hawk, you felt like they weren't being as tongue-in-cheek.
No, they weren't. And that's why it doesn't hold up as well, in my opinion, in terms of the music. It's just, it doesn't fit.
Because of when they do it, though, like, I actually, and part of this is a bit of nostalgia, because for me, I grew up with that movie, because you love that movie. So when I hear it come on during the action scenes,
yeah,
it actually makes me smile.
Well, yeah, but I'm not saying
like,
that.
I actually wish I had the soundtrack.
It doesn't stop me from enjoying the movie, but I don't. It just doesn't fit.
It totally doesn't fit.
I think it would have been better without that.
But because it's there, if it was gone, I would feel like, where's my loud, obnoxious music?
Okay, Ploverbird, pink bag. Here we go. This is my Comfy Cozy Shawl project from the Scrap Shawl pattern by Anastasia Zattel, and I'm using an eye hook and Miss Babs Yowza in various skeins, colorways.
I want to say it was the first movie I saw Michelle Pfeiffer in.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Definitely the first movie I saw Matthew Broderick in.
Which is funny because we had War Games.
But I didn't see it later. Later.
So this is... Get a little progress on this. I did a lot of crochet this week.
Well, when your hand lets you, that tends to be your preference.
Well, it's also when I'm on the go and I know I'm going to be distracted.
Is that upside down?
Yes.
Okay.
So can you see the color change? And it grows really quickly. So
that's very much you.
Yes. I'm not a big fan of variegated, but I wanted to do something with that variegated. So... yes, that's it.
Yes, and I think I probably cried if you want me to make socks out of it.
No.
Only because, not because I would have a problem with the socks. It'd be like another Miss Babs crowded, variegated, and I would have been like, no!
And it is pretty crowded. It looks kind of camouflage on this, but, yeah.
I am going to make you at some point a pair of non-obnoxious crowded socks. And you'll be in shock at how amazing they are.
I have the sidewalk chalk that was really pretty.
And I really enjoyed working that one.
And I have a couple with Heidi's yarn. One that's blue and brown.
Oh, those are really nice. They're the ones that go with my pink and blue ones. Because I called yours Shadowcat and called mine Nightcrawler.
Right.
Mine are kind of a pink and blue, reddish blue.
Right.
Kind of blue.
And I really like those. I have to...
They stripe.
Yeah.
I think they actually wear striping yarns.
I don't tend to wear those when I go out and stuff because I don't want to damage my socks. But I will wear them in the house.
Well, that's where I tend to wear my knit socks now anyway, is in the house. Not that I leave the house very often anymore. once every, few months for doctor's appointments.
Hopefully you'll be able to go to church once we open up. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, because church is one of my triggers. I even have problems at home sometimes. Okay, so in my Silver Shed USA Kitties in the News bag, let's see. I think that's the one. I don't think we've done this one yet. This one? Okay. Alrighty. And I'll show you the picture as well. Benign Feline Champions Heartworm Union by Sam Siberian. Sam Siberian writes a lot of stories. I think he wrote one the other day. 10,000 pets of all breeds banded together in a unified march to support heartworm unions in our communities. The march was held this weekend in Felix, Wisconsin, and was an exhausting 3-mile event. Heartworm ribbons were distributed and worn by all to show support. The unions have really raised the bar on healthcare, reported an onlooker. They're doing a good thing here. The organizer of the march, pictured above, wishes to remain anonymous. And he is the cutest little kitty
Ever.
and he just wants to help.
He's thinking of evil all day. Just wants to kill. What's he say? Thinks about murder all day long?
Yes, thinking about murder all day. Per The Onion.
Maybe he's has a split personality.
It's funny.
Okay.
Sorry, I found one of my two Valerias.
Yep.
With all my toy designs, I make one to originally do the design, and then I make a second one for the tutorial videos. And this was my tutorial bunny. And I found her when I was reorganizing my room. So this one was made with black. So.
It's original Dutch bunny kind of color.
Well, I think there are Dutch bunnies with black. There's the black
That's what I
ones,
said.
there's the brown ones, and I want to say there's ones with...
There might be gray.
Well, actually, I think there's even ones with a kind of like pinkish. It's like they're a because I remember when I was writing Valeria's little story, she wants to be. It wasn't a seal point. Their points are similar to
Cats.
I want to say like lilac point, and it looks similar to that. So
Yeah. I don't think they actually have a pink coloring.
I'll have to take a look at what it says in my little book because I actually looked it up when
Right.
I did research when I was doing this. But your turn.
Let me finish my stitch. I don't like ending on an increase.
She wants belly rubs.
She wants to be a dog.
She's rolling on her back and she wants belly rubs. There we go.
Okay.
We're special that way.
All right, now my next one is apparently I just did a little on everything. I didn't do a lot on anything. This is my preemie hat pattern, no pattern, and I love this cotton and sea spray stripes, and a Cindy Wood loom. And I started this.
You got on something?
Beginning of the year. I don't even think I changed my beginning date for this. I think I just cut and pasted. So, there. There's a little more than I showed you last time. It's actually starting to hang below the loom. So, I do like the way this works up for hats. It's a pretty acrylic yarn.
Does your hat hang low? Does it wobble to and fro? Can you tie it in a knot? Can you tie it in a bow? Can you throw it over your shoulder
like a continental soldier? Does your
hat hang low?
Not that low.
Well, maybe if it's a what is it? It's not a tam. It's the cap.
Yeah.
If it's a cap, you can throw it over your shoulder.
And this is a Kickapoo bags, holiday owl bags.
I need to finish my cap.
You ain't never finishing.
Because I think I was at because it was that one, it was a recipe and you picked your charts.
Right.
It was a good pattern.
Isn't it anymore?
Well, it's still a good pattern, but it was put out by I think it was a Fair Isle Museum or something. There was this small little island it got money to repair its museum or whatever. It was selling these hat patterns, and they had a knit-along group. Their group was really nice and friendly. It is still really nice and friendly. But, okay, so I showed the Lake of Shining Waters already, the Ann sweater.
You did?
Wasn't it the last one I showed? Did I just show the bag? I never showed the project.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
That's all I did. I showed you guys the bag. That was ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to show two at once because I only showed you the bag last time. Wow, we got so into our heartworm story that we forgot the actual project.
Which is not even true.
Guys, how do you know it's true? Not true. It's in cat world, it's true. Mm-hmm. So here's my Anne sweater, Lake Shiny Waters. It got a little bit of work. And this is the top here. It's just curling a little bit. And I'm knitting the right side this time. I think also last time I might have had trouble getting gauge. I think I had to go down needles or something last time. But this one I got gauge right away. And I do love this yarn. This is Knit Pig Sandy and Treasure, and I'm using Sapphire Treasure as the colorway. So it's this really pretty blue, dark blue. Because I probably need another blue sweater like I need a hole in my head. But well, my other blue sweater, though, is heavy. It's a bulky weight. So this is a lightweight blue sweater. And the other blue sweater I'm knitting myself is a short sleeve sweater, so I don't have that. And the other blue sweater I'm knitting is not even for me.
She's trying to convince herself.
And I know I have another yellow sweater, but that's bulky. And in, like, acrylic that's, like, flaking.
What does yellow have to do with blue?
Well, I have another yellow sweater that I'm knitting.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize we'd made the transition from yellow to blue.
We did. Unfortunately, I don't have the other yellow sweater to show because they didn't work on it this week. But I can show you the other blue sweater. The other blue sweater. The one I didn't mention. The one that's not for me. Come here. Don't be shy. Okay. In my...
The bag makes me amused considering.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, no, he doesn't even pretend to be shy.
Mm-mm.
No, he pretends like the exact opposite. Mm-hmm. So, would he be no, he wouldn't be considered shy in his natural form. He'd be reserved in his natural.
He'd be ditzy and...
No, in his actual natural form. Like, where Bruce considers Batman himself.
Oh, right.
Because Bruce is just a role. So, as Batman, he might be considered reserved, but never shy.
Mm-mm. Intense,
yes. Passionate. So, in my bat signal bag is my Puget Sound, which is the Fundamental Men's pullover. And I'm still on the back. This is a pieced sweater. Because I had to go for 17 inches. So this is a good one if I just want to knit.
Purple.
So, I mean, I'm probably not going to finish it this year. It's taken me this long to do just the back.
Maybe if it was your only project, but...
Right, but I don't have that kind of focus. So, I always have other things I want to work on. I mean, I already have to resist the urge to cast on the free sweater I just picked up.
What free sweater?
The colorwork one called the Hermione one that's put out by West Yorkshire Spinners. Right. Okay, guys, you need to go to Lovecrafts. West Yorkshire Spinners has a sweater called the Hermione. It's free, and it's a pieced colorwork cardigan. And so
you don't have to steek.
You don't have to steek.
Cool.
But it does mean it looks like it's Fair Isle flat for the front. So if you're not comfortable with that skill, might not be for you.
Don't you just carry the yarn?
Yeah. But you, what's normal for Fair Isle is you have to worry about carrying the yarn out on the front when you're on the wrong side as well as carrying it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so what you do, that's why I'm saying, if you're not comfortable with that skill, people who have done my bookmark, the, I want to say it was the peace symbol that did Fair Isle flat. So if you've done that, that gives you kind of taste of how to do that particular skill. So it is at least an intermediate level pattern, but it's free and it's beautiful, and I want to knit it.
It's gorgeous.
And it's very hard for me not to start looking through my yarn and picking out colors, like right now, because it's also a DK. Because I expect it to be fingering, but it is a DK light worsted,
which means I'm keeping back some DK because I might get this.
Because she might go, Talia, I want a sweater.
I'm just thinking that you want a color that you can't find in a forest.
Oh, that's true.
That does happen on occasion.
It does happen on occasion. But what's good about it is because it's color work, at least for as long as I have what I need for the main part of the sweater, the stuff in the middle, where the color work is on the fronts, that's, easy enough to just find things here and there based on what I happen to have, as long as I have enough for the main part. So, yes, so this is Dad's. I'm resisting the urge to cast on another sweater because I need another sweater on the needles, like I need a hole in my head.
Yes, you need lots of holes in your head. Okay, what did I do with my...
Is it bad that I'm still sitting here thinking like, I think that red that Mom gave me is...
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
I'm like, that red Mom dyed, that's a DK.
Which red they gave you, the cast of Amontillado?
No. The one that you used for Lady's Favor.
That's not red. Well, yeah, that's red.
That's red.
Yeah. That's kind of light for that, isn't it? I guess not.
No.
Not for spring.
But yes, I'm sitting there like...
Courtly love.
Yes, I'm sitting there literally in my head going through the yarn in my shelves going like, what do I have a fair amount of?
You've got that. You've also got Lady's Favor itself.
No, I never had that color.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
I could have sworn I gave it to you.
Nope. I have a little bit of, if it's not a horse, it's zebra. It's a partial skein.
Yeah, that's almost the majority.
It's almost a full skein, but,
oh, pish posh.
and balderdash.
Yes. What's in here?
Now, I have those so-called one-of-a-kinds that I got from Mad Tosh to actually match each other.
Right. Hold on. I need to...
Guys, I have a serious problem.
Just figuring that out.
Like a cast-on Osis problem. I'm not just coming back to my sweaters. I'm coming back full bore, must cast on every single sweater I see problem. I haven't had this problem for years.
Okay. In my Awesome Granny Firefly bag is my bag and wrap from the Burrow Wrap project.
La 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 la.
Burrow Wrap pattern by K.F. Jones. I really do need to switch this out because it's too tight in here. And I did a little bit of work on this, but I still have miles to go before I sleep. See, here we go. This is the first section still. And I think let's see, I'm about halfway, a little more than halfway to what I have to be doing. So,
you see, now I've got my head and I can't hum it the full way. It's okay if you guys have ever listened to the music for the Hobbit musical. Yes, that is a thing. I've got their song "The Road Goes On" in my head. Da, 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 the road goes on.
Shush. You annoying person. It's your turn.
Oh, I thought you were still talking.
Uh-uh.
Okay, so I will put the Hobbit musical away. There we go. It's still in my head. It's not being nice. Okay. And this one's brand new. Or actually, I guess we talked about it last week. I don't think I'd started it yet. I've ended up putting this in my bucket bag because I felt like this was a good bag for this. So this is my bucket bag.
That's such a cute
Bunny.
little bag.
Hang on, I need to take a drink.
I only have water. Why is the tea gone?
Presumably because you drank it. In my Crafting Sheeple bag, it's a Crafting Sheeple booklet bag by Erin Lane. I feel like I've gotten other things by Erin Lane before. Or maybe I just heard her talk about it a lot.
We did have things from Erin Lane.
What did we have?
I think we had...
She didn't do my Velveteen Rabbit. That was someone else.
No, I think she has maybe needle protectors at one time, and I know we've had things before.
Because my favorite needle protectors aren't by her.
No.
My favorite ones are by, here, this is yours.
Oh, where'd that come from? Did I just throw it at you?
Yeah, I think you
okay.
might have. It matches your project.
Yeah, goes for the project.
Because I tend to use the Slip Stitch Studios ones.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really like theirs.
I think what we had from Erin Lane was smaller, like needle protectors and things like that. And I think we maybe were either given them or something.
Yeah, it must have been on that. Because this is a Slip Stitch Studios one here, too. And it really goes well, now that I think about it. I didn't intend for it to go well, but it also has knitting sheeple.
Sheeple?
Well, that's what it says on the bag.
Oh.
Is sheeple. So I just went with it. Look, this is one of my earliest needle protectors. So this here is the Franklin Platypus pattern by Joanna Johnson. It comes from her book, I think it's Freddie, it's the Freddie Platypus pattern. I'm calling it the toy Franklin. The Freddy Platypus pattern by Joanna Johnson. It comes from Freddy's Blanket book. And it's a beautiful book. I showed it to you last time. And I had this... I was getting to the point where I was going to start this section where the beak is going to be attached. And then I realized I did something wrong, so I had to start all over. I usually work on 4 DPNs, but I'm having to work on 3 because that's what the pattern calls for.
It looks like a ski hat.
Well, I feel like this is like something you would wear to rob a bank or something.
Yes, that's exactly.
But this is where the beak attaches. But and it's very hard for me to unsee that. Because I think the eyes, we put them here. And once it's stuffed, it's going to seem bigger. But like right now, I'm like, that just looks like where someone's eyes should be. That just looks like it's really like some toys about to rob a bank.
It's adorable.
So yes, and this yarn that I'm using, this is the this is Lion Brand Basic Stitch.
Dark blue might be all right.
Well, I think it was what is closest to what she had in the book. Because this is what I was originally going to use.
That might be it. Yeah.
But I'll save the wool. No, I do not need another blue in a sweater. This will not go in the Colorwork sweater.
Why not?
Why did you do that?
'Cause
You know, I also still have that maple praline.
not for a colorwork sweater.
Well, you see, that would be the sleeves and stuff.
But that would be so dark if you want.
Well, think about
You'd have to have like.
Because yours has like brown sleeves and everything. It has like red and all that in the.
My what?
You have a Colorworks cardigan.
Yeah.
And I want to say it's got brown.
No, it's red. It's like somewhere between my Weta Maroon and Cascabel.
Oh, okay. Because you see, the way I see a brown working really nicely is you got the sleeves and the back brown, and then you have all this color work in the front.
But not all color work goes with brown, especially a brown like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, lay it out with some yarn and see what you think. I mean, maybe
Because I definitely don't need another blue in a sweater.
But it'd be so pretty.
Stop it!
But it would be pretty. Pretty. Ring in with how pretty it would be for her to have blue in that.
And besides that, to be fair, this is also a bit heavy.
Oh, well, that's something different then.
Because it calls for a DK light worsted. This is a pure worsted. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I like that gray in there.
It is a pretty color. This is, what did I, oh, this was for, besides, I'm saving this for,
Is that Langelof?
yes.
Oh, okay.
It's just like the maple praline.
Yeah.
I had used it in that big sweater that I'm going to wash and take out because it's crochet and the crochet is breaking the stitches.
Langelof is a pretty yarn, but when I first had it, it's just, I don't like the way it feels on my hands.
This is Thunder Bay. I've always liked this color.
It's beautiful.
I think that's partially why I'm saving it, because if I can rescue the rest of that yarn from the other sweater, I could make either a really long sweater or something.
Mm-hmm. But that's not the color you originally gave me to choose from. You had...
No. This was one I just had set aside for it.
Right.
The ones I have for you to choose from are also basic stitch. Right. But this was what I originally had chosen because this is what I had in stash.
Yes, that's my platypus.
So, yes. And I give her 2 yarns to choose from, and she's like, I don't know, I can both choose one for me. And I'm like, no! I don't want to be the one who chooses, because then when I'm done making the overalls, she's going to be like, I kind of like the other one better.
That is assuming.
It's a lot better how the person who is getting the toy.
I just need to see it actually against, like, the fabric. So that.
Well, I showed it to you against the yarn.
No, but that's not the same.
So, yes, it's got quite a bit of progress. Actually, I think it was the main thing I worked on yesterday. But this bag works really well for a toy.
Let me just get this started so I can not have my stuff fall out.
I actually worked on toys like most of the week, I feel like.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I know I showed a bunch of other things, but those only got like a little bit here and there.
Let's see here. I worked on a few things that I hadn't worked on in a while. I don't know, just because, that has just sat there in that corner doing nothing for like a gazillion years.
Oh, you mean like my hitchhiker?
Yeah.
We're just like, I haven't worked on this in years. Let's pick this thing up.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything that long anymore. I think I tore everything out that was like that.
Well, I know, like, when I finish my other bookworm, because I need to be able to return your bookworm, then I need to start working on your pony again.
Yes, my pony. My poor
But
little...
unfortunately, your poor pony doesn't get precedence over bookworms because I need them they actually have a use for me right now.
Okay.
I use my bookworms. They don't get paid.
It's
sad. They need a union.
What bag am I looking at?
They get paid in love.
How many do you have left?
I have 2 because I forgot to show one of them.
Okay, so you're gonna end up doing 2 at the end.
That's fine.
All right, let me just close this up if I can. If I get that little bag that our friend wants to give me, I think it might be bigger than this one. Yeah, put it in there. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay. This is my Knitting's My Bag, Surrette, Monet, whatever bag. And I know it's not a Monet bag, but it amuses me to call it that. So, this is my Stormy Weather sweater from the Fundamental Woman's Pullover pattern by Jen Hagen, and this is on Lovecrafts. I didn't do a whole lot, just a little bit, because I until I started working in this particular pattern, I really realized how much of a lavender back there is to this slate color. So I've started the actual, let me see where I'm at here. I'm doing repeats for the bottom. I'm doing the ribbing. So this is, I just made a little bit of progress.
Yay for you.
And this is a piece. Yeah, this is pieced. So we'll see if I actually finish it.
Well, this is one also, like, once you get past the ribbing, it's just like you knit for a long time.
Yeah, it's stockinette, I believe.
It is. Because it's, at least if it's anything like the men's one.
Mm-hmm. It was the same pattern.
Yeah, you might have slightly more shaping than I do.
Maybe.
Because guys don't generally get as much shaping.
And this is all Miss Babs in the slate colorway. Yeah, I'm about halfway through the ribbing. And then I go into... It's a little confusing for me to read this pattern.
Are you looking at the worksheet?
No, not yet. I'm just doing the garter thing.
Well, the worksheet, Mom, actually, if you put all your information in the worksheet, that's the only thing you have to look at.
Oh, okay.
So put all your stuff in the worksheet because, let's go to the first page. The worksheet. Look, it tells you everything in a very easy to understand fashion. Don't go any further. Put in all your information in the worksheet, and then that's all you need to look at.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll help.
Because that's all I look at.
Okay, so that's good. That'll be just a little less.
Because otherwise you will get confused.
Yeah. So, and she writes a very good pattern in terms of...
but she's very smart in that she provides you a worksheet because she knows she provides a lot of different numbers and stuff. And it can be confusing to the eye. So she adds a worksheet and says, plug in your numbers, and this is the only thing you need to look at.
Which is great. So this is...
So she's a very smart designer. I like her.
This is a pullover, and it's light. It's DK weight, so it's light. And she does multiple yarn. She does...
I'm shocked it's as inexpensive as the pattern is because each...
I think it was a $9 pattern or $7.
Oh, I can't remember. Whatever it was worth it.
Yeah, because you get multiple sizes. You actually get multiple patterns.
You get fingering to bulky.
Yeah, fingering, sport. Did I get fingering? I thought it was sport, DK, worsted, and bulky.
No, I think it went down to fingering.
I didn't think they had well, let me tell you. Hold on.
Yeah, because mine's over there. So there are 4 sizes at least.
I don't...
Okay, it is Sport DK, worsted bulky. Okay, you're right.
Oh, there it is.
So, but still, Sport DK, worsted bulky. That's a nicer range. You're only missing fingering in there.
And if I like this pattern enough, I might make it in a bulky for wintertime.
Yeah, I could see that. And also, if you wanted to, you could maybe even go size up if you wanted it to be a little bit more
slouchy,
kind of like you do like sometimes with your sweatshirts.
I am very much an 80s kind of person in terms of sweatshirts and sweaters. I like them, almost down to your knees and, the whole, I don't do the off the shoulder thing anymore, but it's just,
But you did it one time.
I did. I was an 80s young adult, so.
Let me just put something on this stitch so I don't lose it when I show the next one. So, continuing the theme of apparently I'm working toys, both knit and crochet. In my Kissing Bunnies plover bag, the last plover bag I bought before she closed her shop, she didn't have this size very long either. This was her sweater size.
Yeah, they got transferred overseas, so.
Yeah.
Well, not overseas, but
I absolutely love this bag. The funny thing is, if you look at this not quite right, it looks like these are turtles kissing here.
Yes.
And then, so it's just really funny if you're not quite, if your eyes can fool you to make you think it's turtles and not bunnies. But it's totally bunnies. I think she even called it the Kissing Bunnies pattern. Kissing Bunnies fabric. So this is my Augusta Bunny. The pattern is by Knittables. It's Knit-A-Bear Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Because the original was a Knit-A-Bear.
Oh, I got the eyes on them and everything.
So, I think I had the eyes last time.
Yeah, I think you did. He's cute.
So, thank you very much. Her name is Augusta. She's going to have a little nurse's outfit. And she's very hurt that you think she's a boy.
Well, she doesn't have her body part yet. She's all her outfit and everything.
So,
She's cute.
where's her leg? I think
She's a nice size.
Yes, she is. Well, she's meant for charity. Those kind of things. This one is mine, but I will eventually consider making it for charity because it's not a hard pattern, and it's pieced. Now this is a kind of knit toy pattern I can see myself doing multiple times, especially since there's clothes to them. Oh, that's the other thing. Joanna Johnson says that she is thinking about releasing, I guess, some more clothes for some of her toys.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I'm not sure how. I don't want to go into too much detail because I'm not sure how much she wants me to.
Yeah. So this is something I might consider doing because it's pieced. I would not do the clothes.
Yeah.
But I would,
You might do the teddy bear.
Yes, I have it. I have it in my queue.
Yeah, because I think I have the teddy as well. I don't have every single one of her animals, probably because I'm drawn to the bunny and the teddy in particular.
I love the teddy. It's adorable. I wanted to make an owl.
Owl would be a little more awkward, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
At least in the style that she designs. So this is the first leg. And you can kind of see where it's trying to curl in on itself, where it's going to be sewn. Now this one, unlike my other bunny that I haven't worked on in a while, the one by Mary Jane's Tea Room, that one has like shoes and everything.
That's adorable too.
Yes, it is. I don't have the sister Annika. I only have the brother. I think his name's Bo. Because it's a brother-sister duo. Because she has mice, she has bunnies, I think she has hedgehogs.
Yeah, she has adorable patterns.
She does. Hers are little, whereas you can see these for charity for kids. I think hers, they make me think more of you set them somewhere.
Right.
There's a little bit more, they don't seem quite as,
kid-friendly?
Yeah, there's so much going on with them. Whereas this has different outfits, but she's pretty simple. Mm-hmm. You could see a kid throwing her around, where I'm not so sure about the ones from Mary Jane's Tea Room. Of course, I haven't finished it yet. But
I think it would be fine, but it'd have to be an older kid, maybe.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the same homey look. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's my hook. As this one here. This one here just looks like some of those old-fashioned toys that someone will play with. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Do you have another one?
Oh, yeah. Duh. Final one. Actually, let me pull up the pattern as well because I'm not far enough along for you to actually see. I did not intend to start this other one. I was on Instagram. I think I was posting something, probably for the shop. And this came up. And when I saw it, I had to have it. This is a pattern by Charlotte Stone. She's known as Stone Knits. It's Alice's Easter Bunny socks.
Oh, you got it?
No, this is a different pattern. I got this before you even told me about the other one. I actually kind of like this better than the other one, too. But the other one's cute, too.
I saw that one, but I figured you'd see that on your own.
Yeah, I picked this up. It was on sale on Etsy when I got it, but I don't think it's still on sale. So, this is the pattern. Isn't that adorable? You guys know how I like not only bunnies, but I love bunnies and hearts together. Mm-hmm. Because I have, I think, a couple patterns with that combination. It's just something I seem to do. And it's bunnies and hearts. It has my name on it.
I don't see your name anywhere.
So, I went through my fingering weight yarn. And I'm doing red for the heels, toes, and hearts. Because that makes more sense to me than blue. And I have a ton of this red anyway.
Is that rodeo?
Oh, no. Rodeo's not fingering weight. This is a Knit Picks. It's not a,
okay.
It's not a Brava or anything like that. This is a Knit Picks, whatever their fingering one is.
That sounds like it might be,
Hang on, I have the ball band in here.
I can't think of it because when I first started using finger weight yarn, I used knit picks. It was
Oh, I don't have the
stroll.
ball band in here.
Stroll.
Maybe that's what it's called. Because what I did was I wrapped this around here so it wouldn't fall off and fall apart on me in the bag because I didn't have a whole lot of room. I decided to use this for the bunnies.
Oh, the color changing.
Yes, this is for the bunnies because I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. So I'm like throwing it in color work random places. And this is for the white. This is from that hat kit that I know I'm never going to knit that hat. So I'm taking the white from it.
Which hat?
I picked it up as a kit. It was a Metropolitan hat. And I picked it up as a kit of fingering weight yarn. It had a white, 2 blues, and a yellow. And the white has the perfect yardage that I need for this sock. So this is the white in the pattern because I really didn't want to go with another color.
You have enough white?
Oh yeah, this is the amount of yardage they call for.
How much yarn is there?
I'd have to look at on the container. The container that I had that had this on here told me how much yardage for each skein.
Oh, you have more than one of them?
No. I only have one, but it told me how much yardage each skein, each of the blues, each of the one white, the one yellow, which one each one had, and it was the same amount that it called for here. And since they have enough for a size that's even wider than my foot, even when I have to lengthen it, it'll be enough. Not to mention, I can always find a white.
It's not really a white. It's a... Well,
it's a bare yarn.
Yeah, same color as my bare yarn up there.
So if I needed to, I could always get another bare yarn.
I'm sure I can give you a mini or something.
But I'm hoping it doesn't get to that point. So, yeah. I started it. Of course, as a bunny stitch marker.
Very cute.
So, yeah. Very happy about it. I had to take advantage of that Easter sale.
Are they shorty socks?
No, they're fairly decent size, it looks like. I mean, because shorty would end at the bunny.
Bunnies, yeah.
So it's a little higher than that.
Yeah, it's not a huge ankle.
It's not a huge ankle, but it's just enough.
Very pretty.
And I always said, I never would do colorwork socks. But it's bunnies and hearts. And colorwork. So, I'm just a girl who can't say no. And a terrible fix.
All right, next. I don't have any FOs.
Nor do I.
All right, moving on.
I should have had an FO, but I didn't get it done.
If I just work on something with any focus, I could have had an FO, but no.
It's funny how that works.
Okay, anyway, moving on from that. No frog, no blocking.
Oh, I do have some, do you have any, first of all, graphic novel?
No.
I do have beads and string. Let me just...
I did go looking at Lovecraft. They're having a sale on a bookbinding thing, so you can make like spiral notebooks and everything.
Okay, cool.
But I couldn't find any. I have to look up YouTube before, because on sale, I had to look up and see, how you actually do stuff like that for the spiral. I think it's for scrapbooking stuff, but I think it'd be great for journals and things.
Well, yeah, if you want to make your own, like, prayer journals, that'd be really nice. Or
a knitting journal.
That I was about to say that. So this is my bag for orders. I've gotten, within the past week, got like 4 or 5 different orders. Like everyone was blocked together. And I do have a sale going on in my shop right now for my St. Joseph rosaries and my Holy Family rosary, because St. Joseph's feast day was yesterday. And this is also the year St. Joseph, so it runs through the weekend. But I sent off most of my orders, but this is one that Davina made for... Sorry, I'm getting a foot cramp. I'm trying to stand on it. A friend of Davina's is getting married, so she made an order.
Not the friend, Davina.
Davina made an order for her friend and her husband to have I had planned to make these for a while. They're husband-wife rosaries.
Couples rosary.
Couples rosary, yeah. But it's meant for wedding in particular. I mean, I guess it would be good for anniversaries, too.
Well, that's what I got the one before the seminary went out. I got your grandma and grandpa a set for their anniversary.
So, it has was it the same centerpiece?
I don't know.
Okay.
It went directly to them.
So this has a wedding rings centerpiece. Not sure if it can be seen. Yeah, it's facing the right way. I want to make sure I wasn't showing the back. Yeah, I think you can kind of see that. And this is the husband's one I'm working on. So I'm using hematite beads and a black cord. Now for the wife's, I'm using my normal stainless steel and a white cord. But otherwise the centerpiece matches and the crucifix matches. So it's a wedding set. And when I've got pictures, I'll have a listing for made-to-order ones that they can either order both together, or if, like, say, a wife just wants to get her husband one, or a husband just wants to get his wife one. But, I mean, I kind of feel like most of the time people are going to want them together. It kind of feels wrong for only one person to have one.
Yeah. It's a nice set.
So, it's been something I've been meaning to make for a while. And my extra ones came in, so.
Your extra what?
Centerpieces, sorry. Because I had initially had an odd number, which was silly of me.
She bought 3.
I don't know what I was thinking. I should have bought 4. So now they're even. And I have another order that I haven't started. It's in the other room. His is just put together. So yeah. The other things I worked on for beads and string, I can't show you because they got sent out.
Right.
Um,
And I've been thinking about doing graphic novel, but honestly, I'm just now starting to get some focus back.
and you were writing.
I've been writing, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So, what are we doing next?
Usually what comes next is stash enhancement.
Okay. Stash enhancements in my bag here, so it wouldn't get damaged.
Okay, I'm going to show this big one first.
Okay.
Stay. Come here. So, this is, I got it under my desk so I can elevate my legs because my piano bench I use here is too tall.
That's for the podcast.
That's for the podcast and
dining
dining room table for taller chairs. But on my desk, I can't have something that tall because I don't have enough room under my desk. I would hit the top of the bottom of the desk. So this here is my footrest for that. It's kind of cool because if I needed to, I could fold it. If I took out,
It collapses.
It collapses. Yeah, it's collapsible. It's got this really nice soft top. And what's nice about it is I've got all my stash enhancements in here.
For the moment.
For the moment. What I usually keep in here is some extra designs because I keep some designs in a desk drawer and some in here. So that way the only things out by my bed are non-designs. It also makes me decide that if it doesn't fit in either of these things, unless it's a blanket, because blankets are too big. If it doesn't fit in either this or the drawer, then I can't work on it because I need to finish something first. So, okay, then that goes on to stash enhancements. I don't want to just forget. Okay, so this is where the question comes in. I needed more of this to finish the design. This is the same yarn that I'm using for Mom's Platypus. But somehow, when I picked up extra... Now I picked up Heartland for this, but when I picked up extra yarn and said, hey Mom, pick one of these for your overalls, she couldn't decide, even though I showed it against the yarn.
Yeah.
But you're thinking the darker one now,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I think that would look better myself too. The more I look at it, the more I'm convinced of it.
Well, once I saw the body started taking shape, I think that'll work better. Although I love that other yarn too.
Well, I'll end up using this in something. It's beautiful. But I couldn't decide on the screen, and sometimes on screen the colors don't show up.
They changed the ball band.
Yes, they have.
So soft.
It is. Heartland's amazing. Heartland's one of my few... Like, I'm really picky about my acrylics.
I am too, and that this is probably what I'm going to stick with, this Heartland. I do get nitpicks on occasion, but
What I also like about Heartland and also Basic Stitches, they tend to be heathered, and I really love a nice heathered yarn.
yeah, I do too. I don't like flat yarn that much.
Sometimes it has its uses,
It does.
but like even in the colorwork sweater we're talking about that I want to knit that's in pieces, something heathered for the arms or whatever would be beautiful and not take away from the colorwork. There's hardly anything heather doesn't work in.
And this actually has really good yardage for a worsted. It's because it's 5 ounces, so it's got 251 yards instead of like 208 or 218 or whatever. So that's really nice.
So, there's that, and
I mean, Hobby Lobby and stuff has a little bit more yarn. You know,
yeah, but their yarn's also not quite as nice.
not quite as nice, yeah. I mean, it's nice yarn, but not, you know.
For me, I start getting that rub across my finger.
I can use Hobby Lobby. I don't mind Hobby Lobby. I can't use Red Heart after a while. It just bothers my hands.
My hands tend to be a bit sensitive to acrylic. I don't break out or anything, but it does tend to wear down my finger a lot quicker. So I have to be very picky. This one never bothers me.
It's very soft.
Yeah. Because even my Pound of Love can bother me sometimes. Less than most acrylics. But
I need to try my Stylecraft that came in. I had gotten it for something you were going to do and you never did it, so I haven't used it.
Oh, that's right, because I changed the pattern. You had to show something in the stash.
Oh,
So I can continue trying to work out this cramp.
well, okay, I guess I'll show this. I told you guys maybe I told the people on Zoom. I found a new supplier. I'd used the supplier for other things, but they also have yarn, and they were having a sale. I got 10 skeins of this because I didn't want to get too much. I want to see if people like it first. This is a worsted weight yarn, but it's got 440 yards, I think. I don't have it written down here. It's on my 440 yards. It's a big skein of worsted weight yarn. So I got 10 of these. It's soft. It is soft. Smells like sheep.
Oh wow, it does actually.
So this is a superwash wool, and it's double the yardage you normally get in a worsted weight yarn. So I got 10 of these, and I hope to be doing yarn dyeing in the next few days, and I will do up at least a couple of these and see how they work out. I did get them on sale, which is how I want to try them, and if I like them and if you guys like them, then I will get more of them, maybe a few at a time, because I don't have to, unlike one of my suppliers, I don't have to get a specific amount. I can get what I want and what I need. So if somebody says, oh, I want that, but I only want 2 of them, I can pick up 2 of them.
Right, you don't have to pick up like 10.
I don't have to pick up 10 of them. So, but anyway, these will be, I'm looking forward to working with this.
Do they take your EIN?
They take my EIN for shipping.
Okay, well that's nice.
Yeah.
That actually can be really useful.
Yeah.
I forget which. Oh, it's the person who does my paracord who has free shipping.
My main dyer, my main yarn supplier, one of them, does take the EIN for a discount.
Nice.
So that's really nice. And I think it's based on how much you buy, but I'm not sure.
Well, I know that one of my bead places, well actually both my main bead places, they the more you buy, the more points you get, and that can be redeemed for coupons.
We need to do the next one.
Yes,
I think
together?
both of them are together. Which one are you doing?
What do you mean both?
We have fiber type stuff and we have a book.
Oh yes, that. Let's do the fiber type
I
stuff.
thought so.
So we did a trade.
Yeah, it
Mom.
might have been the top, now that I look at it.
Yeah, I think this might have been the top. Mom really loves Malabrigo. I really love Matosh. So I winded her a bit. And she's got the Malabrigo now, which is a beautiful color. It probably looks black on your screen, but it's not. It's a good thing you're doing it, not me, because I would never be able to rewind that again.
Okay, so this is, it's got kind of it's got navy, blackish, even some purple kind of.
It's like you see these pops, and I think these pops are kind of like what will keep you going.
If I were to name this, I'd call it Black Hole.
It's just, it does kind of feel spacey.
It's very, very pretty. It's very dark.
It almost needs white speckles.
And I might have to dye something up or find something that I can use with this. I have something over there that would go with it. It's a DK, but I think it would be okay with that. I think this is a sport, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we should choose sport because it was the same as your other one that you
Yeah,
had.
because but what I'm looking at is that green next to the red over there, that green and blue next to the red. Might go with this, but I think it would be too dark.
Right.
So
I think a yellow would be really nice with it. I think a white would be really nice with it.
Well, I could do a goldenrod with this.
Ooh, that would be pretty.
Yep.
That would be really pretty. It would almost be like Starry Night.
Yep. So this is really pretty. What I might do, if I do that, is I might do the majority of it goldenrod and this would be the accent. So.
Because you could always dye it more goldenrod. So what I got out of the trade was Mad Tosh DK in the Shire colorway.
I really didn't want to give it up, except I have another green and it's Malabrigo and it's gorgeous.
And I whined a little bit. She took my blue and gave me Shire because I will whine and whimper for Mad Tosh. I don't know what it is about Mad Tosh. I just love it.
I do like Mad Tosh very much, but I was looking at the colors and I don't want to get up and thread my way through, but I can see it. And the green there has got lots of depth to it without having different colors. I do like this very, very much, but the other one is just, oh poop.
You're just like, you have to. Can you make it through?
Yeah.
Good thing it's you, not me. My hips would knock down everything. Mom doesn't have any hips.
The Davina.
Don't have any hips. Well, Davina really almost does it. I can't find her hip bone when I'm trying to measure her.
I don't think this is coming up true to color.
Let me see.
It looks like it is on the small screen.
I think it is.
This is just gorgeous.
You can't look at the one in the back, Mom, because it's a little darker, so everything's going to seem a bit darker.
This is absolutely beautiful. It's kind of,
but it's definitely different from this.
it is. It's different. This is more. It reminds me more of forest and grasslands.
I was about to say that.
This reminds me, even though it's supposed to be the Shire, it reminds me of the sea. It's got more blues in it, but this is absolutely gorgeous.
Although, sometimes fir trees have this bluish kind of color.
At Wives.
Yeah.
Okay, so I really like this color, and that's why I had two of them. I knew she really wanted the Shire. I was more likely to use this one first. So, it was just sitting there.
Yeah, because I love my Madtosh.
I do like it. There are some colors, like if it had been certain other colors, I wouldn't have given it up.
No.
But it's just, unless I definitely wasn't.
I would not have been able to get one of the purples off of you.
Yeah.
The Madtosh's purples are gorgeous. So that leads us on to another joint one.
This is cool.
This one's exciting, and if you've seen my Instagram or if you've been on PHN Home, you know about this already. But my Tortoise versus Hare book has come in.
Look, she has an Amazon author page.
Yes,
everything.
If you look up Talia Fernandez on Amazon, my author page comes up. Or first this comes up, and then if you hit my name, my author page comes up. I do want to show you that for everyone who gets this, because the first 8 copies or so have a slight error in one of the patterns, so it gets a bookmark, a limited edition bookmark with the corrections on it for the bitty pattern, which is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, she gave me a flimsy one.
I have a flimsy one too. We can make a non-flimsy one.
Tara.
Yes. So all throughout, let me show the one that has 2 just pictures back to back. I think it's this one, the one with Valeria.
Yeah, I flashed it real quick. So.
And Davina was excited because her picture's in here.
Yes, here it is.
So I'm selling these in my Etsy shop as well as on Amazon. If you go to the Etsy shop, it's a little bit more expensive, but you can get a signed copy. So yeah, very excited about this.
Bunny butts. Bunny butts.
And legs. And legs.
Bunny butts.
Those are placement pictures. You were so...
Here's another one that has 2 pictures on it.
Oh yeah, this is a bunny page. Yeah, I don't have a lot of them with 2 pictures on it because, patterns are in here.
It's so fun.
Huh. They added a couple empty pages in here at the end. I wonder why.
Sometimes take notes or whatever,
Because I didn't put that in there.
They might do that so you can take notes.
So,
or maybe they have a set number of pages.
Maybe, yeah. And maybe I didn't have the set number of pages. So they added just a couple extra pages at the end. Because that's their formatting, not me that did that. But yeah, very excited about this.
Yeah, if you do, she has in the back here that says, please share a picture of your finished project on Instagram and tag it #Franciscan Gypsy _ designs. She'd love to see what you make. So
yes, so I've got that. I'm also adding at the end of all my patterns. If you just pick up digital patterns, I have other books that are in the works, but they don't. None of the books have all the patterns completed yet. I might have half of them or even most of them finished, but I can't release the book yet because I don't have all of them finished. But yes, very excited about this. Laura gave me the push I needed. I know I have another order to send out for somebody.
Tara.
Yes. Although we call her Felicia because the original Tara's in my room on my yarn shelf.
She moved around. I had to...
I was going to say, yeah, Felicia's usually on this side.
We had Father come for confession and communion yesterday, and I had to clean up everything, so everything got rearranged.
I did notice it was cleaner. And I was wondering where Felicia was, because usually I play with her at some point during the podcast.
Okay, so that takes care of that.
Yes, it does. And that also kind of covers shop news, other than the fact, I've got one design that's about due to go out because I think all my testers are done, so I need to release it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Oops dishcloth. That means I won't have anything in testing until I finish the next pattern.
Right.
I've been a little slow. I've had some symptom days, and I also have had quite a few rosy orders come up suddenly.
Okay.
And then, of course, with everything with the desks, that kind of slowed me down, too.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move on to autobiography about the author, that kind of stuff. So, this is not life stuff. This is
things like what I've read.
Yeah. Okay, I had the shared story, and I still have it. Honestly, you guys who have been following us for less than a year know we're going to kind of say, yeah, right. But I honestly get things out more quickly than this for the stories. I used to write with a friend of mine, and we used to do multiple back and forth with a shared story a week. But that's
but you guys almost did it too much because you even had it daily at one point.
Yeah, well, we even had, a couple of different times, different sections, one going this way and one going that way. So, but even after that slowed down and Ty and I was writing, I wouldn't take more than a couple of weeks.
Because I could never keep up with the pace that she and her friend had.
I didn't ask you to.
Yeah.
It wasn't healthy. But I like to be able to do it like at least once a month. This one I've had forever. And I know part of it was, Ty got out of surgery, and then we had COVID, and then just all kinds of things happened.
But I gave it to you
on Mother's Day.
Yeah, it was after surgery.
Yeah, Mother's Day.
Yeah. Because I didn't write on for a long time before surgery.
Right. So I'm hoping to get it finished. I actually did quite a bit of writing. I wrote piece by piece by piece, and then I think it was Thursday that I sat down and wrote over 1,000 words.
I think having the two desks separate has been helpful for me for the designing, because I have a design that's very close to being done, and for you for getting other things done. Just because we have the best intentions when we're both in here. But
we do well for about a week.
Yes, and then we don't. So we really need to be separated.
Because she talks too much.
She'll talk to me and just be like, stuff.
She talks.
And I think also because we do have to have more light in here. Although for you it's not quite enough. For me, it's sometimes too much. So it's just better for both of us that I have a certain amount of time in here in the morning for our tea time, and then we separate.
Right.
Because I'm able to focus. I actually am able to sit up for longer.
Yeah, and I can do things like I got all my chores done this week, and I'm still working on getting things set up in terms of, crafting and writing and yarn dyeing. Our washer kind of went on the fritz, and my husband had to fix it, so I didn't want to have any yarn hanging down there and getting in his way.
It almost like you said washer.
Washer.
Now that's a regional thing.
But so that I'm hoping now, and that doesn't mean, like I said last podcast, that doesn't mean Ty and I might not 2 or 3 times a week do something in the afternoon up to that amount of time. It just means that we know that our time is in the morning, and in the afternoon, if we really have something to do, that's when we'll do it.
Right. I know one day I came over here because I needed to
do packages.
Do packages, yeah.
Yeah. So I did the shared story, and I'm still reading. I finished the first part of the Dragonback series, the first 3 books. I'm doing the 4th book right now, and I continue to read Mother Teresa, and I'm reading the 8 Doors of the Beatitudes, Meditation on the Beatitudes by Father Jacques Philippe. Let's see. The Dragonback series is by Timothy Zahn.
Yes, and I'm bringing up my show notes.
Yeah. I am doing the Lenten Companion, Year B, from Ascension Press, and as is Jesus' Way, Truth, and Life.
And I'm doing those 2 books as well.
Right, and then I know I've been listening to a Lenten retreat that's put out by Pray More Novenas, and that's really good. But I try to read when I'm on the treadmill, because that's the only time I have to read. So because once I sit down to do something, I either have to do bills or I have to do whatever.
So for me, now my reading's been a smidge less than normal lately. Even though when I do read, I have a hard time putting down whatever book I'm reading, because I've been focusing on design a little bit more. If I'm actively designing and not just knitting some, because the way I do if I crochet a design, I'm designing while I'm making the thing. If I knit a design, I've already got it written, so I can just. It's easier for me when I'm working on knit design to read. But since I was working on crochet design most of the week, it was a little bit harder to get reading in because I was actively writing it. So, but I did get some reading done. I did finish a few books. I finished One Corpse Too Many by Ellis Peters, so sadness. I'm not reading that right now.
Just move to the next one.
Well, I think I've finished the next one before, but then I always come back to this
Groundhog
one.
Day, Groundhog Day.
I
Go
love that
forward.
book, though.
You might find you love some of the others if you just move forward.
Then I read The Unpleasantness at the Bologna Club by Dorothy L. Sayers. And I actually really do enjoy her style and her characters thus far. So several of her books are up for like 99 cents so on Amazon, on Kindle. So if you are interested in trying her, she was writing around the time of Agatha Christie. They were in something called, what was it, the Detection Agency?
Something like that. The Detection Club or Detection Agency.
Something like that. They were in that together, where they were, and I actually have those books where they wrote, like, it was a bunch of big writers at the time writing a mystery story together. And it was almost like a shared story because each person would write a part, but it wasn't like our version of a shared story where each person had a character. I don't think.
I don't know.
I haven't started it yet. I really want to, but I had gotten on a 2-month trial for the Kindle Unlimited. I decided I didn't want the Kindle Unlimited because the price was too much. They're still letting me continue the 2-month trial period. So I'm trying to read as many free books as I can right now and try as many new authors as I can. And then later that's why I'm not reading as much Poirot right now. I'm mostly reading these Dorothy L. Sayers, I'm not reading much of hers right now because hers weren't on Kindle Unlimited. Hers were just like 99 cents. So I have to try not to read her right now. But the one I'm reading more of, because a lot of hers are on Kindle Unlimited, is Marjorie Allingham. And again, around the same time period as Agatha Christie. And she has the character of Albert Campion. And he's just he's a quirky character. He kind of does the Columbo thing, although some of it I think is just he's a very quirky personality and just leans into it. He's a younger character. But I finished the second, well, actually it was the first one where he shows up. He's not even the main character. He's like a secondary important character. That's when she first created his character. And the book is called The Crime at Black Dudley, so I finished that one. And I also found a new author called R.A. Bentley. He actually is one who I believe is currently still writing, but he writes very much in the style of Agatha Christie and Marjorie Allingham and Dorothy L. Sayers. He feels like he's of the period. And I finished his first book, which was The Death of a Lady, and I really enjoyed it, so I look forward to reading his next one. And I would have never found him except for Kindle Unlimited. And I was like, well, I'll try him. You know, he says he likes this time period. If I don't like him, I won't read him. But so far he's good. He does something that's a bit unusual for detectives. A lot of times they make detectives a bit difficult to deal with. His detective is Inspector Felix. And Inspector Felix is just a nice guy.
So he's not a private detective, he's a cop.
Yes, which is so it's more, I guess more of a cop story, but it feels like a cozy mystery. So it's more like when I'm reading Superintendent Battle, who I also love. When Agatha Christie writes him, I'm disappointed. I finished all the Superintendent Battle books. So I'm hoping Inspector Felix stays good, because then I found another author who is currently still writing. He says he feels like he belongs in that time period. So those are the ones I finished. I am reading a few religious books: Solace in Suffering, Wisdom from Thomas à Kempis, Imitation of Christ, Peace in the Storm, Meditation for Chronic Pain and Illness by Maureen Pratt. And she covered 2 interesting topics for the last 2 chapters. One was about rest, and basically the importance of letting yourself rest. And the other one was on dealing with the guilty feelings when you can't do and when you feel like a burden on other people. So she has lupus, I believe, and a couple of other things. So her meditation book is very good. And she has Bible verses in there. Still reading The Divine Office for Dodos. You still reading that? Okay.
I forgot to mention that because I don't have it in my notes.
Again, through Kindle Unlimited. Captivating History has a lot of books, and one of them is on the Habsburg Empire. Only read a little bit of it, not sure if I'm going to finish it or not.
Excuse me.
Reading Evelina by Fanny Burney. At first, it was a bit of a slow start, but now we're into the action. It's an epistolary novel, and they say that Jane Austen was very influenced by Fanny Burney, in particular Evelina, and that you could see some aspects of Pride and Prejudice in Evelina. I have not yet seen any huge similarities. It is an interesting story. You're getting into like some of the misunderstanding stuff that always comes in those kind of books. So I had to stop because I was like, no, I don't want to see what happens next yet. Because she's gonna be so embarrassed. So I'll get back to Evelina later. I'm currently reading Mystery Mile by Marjorie Allingham. So it's another Albert Campion book. Reading The Agony of Jesus by Padre Pio. It's he has meditations on the agony in the garden.
Oh, that's good.
It's only like a 45-page little thing, but I didn't have a chance to read it all in one go. And then reading St. Teresa of Avila, a collection of 6 books. So the part I'm reading is her autobiography, which is interesting because she's very honest in it, and you can go, oh, okay, well, yes, I've totally thought those things before, right. And it makes you feel a little bit better that this awesome, well-known saint had to deal with that too.
Right.
So, yeah, been reading a lot, but not as much as I might have, simply because I was doing more crocheting.
Right. That's good. Okay. So, anything else?
No, not really. I don't think I even have much in the way of personal news. Do you?
No, I just have... Yeah, I got my new yarn, that you saw, and basically that's it. Had our, not important, but just, regular doctor's visits, and that's it. So nothing really to go into.
Nothing really.
But, so I guess what we should say is that next week is the last Friday of the month.
Yes.
So we have, what is it, live stream or Zoom that we have?
It's Zoom, but the week after that, because it's Good Friday, we won't have the live stream. We'll have it the week after Easter.
Yeah. But for the Zoom, that's coming up on the 27th, and so we'll be doing that. But other than that, we just want to wish everybody a very blessed week, full of knitting, crocheting, whatever it is that makes you happy, and we hope to see you back here for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. Do you have anything else to add, Talia?
No, I really don't think so, because I don't think there's really anything. Most of the super exciting stuff was covered.
Okay. So this is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 446, and that's a wrap.
Bye.